And grab your tablet.
It's okay.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Rabbit Hole Show,
Good evening,
where
everyone.
we discuss all things prepping. What are we talking about tonight, Dave?
Well, we're going to be discussing is prepping relevant in 2026, and
Is it relevant? Well, that's actually a good question.
we think it is.
It's absolutely relevant, especially with everything going on in the world. Everything going on in the United States, and you know, and in some cases, close to home or whatever. But yes, it is. It is relevant.
So
Why is it relevant?
there we go. So I was closing out one other window on here. So yeah, it is. It's relevant. Now, some of the reasons may have changed. Some of your direction may have changed in your prepping. You
You're talking
know,
about like reasons why you prep.
well, there is. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, and whether it be something of your own that you can think of, or something that's in the news. Everybody's got their reason. But
Well, in the description, I asked the question: do you get burned out? Do preppers get burned out? Yes, absolutely. I've been there several times, but you can't let that stop you from doing what's important. It is important to be prepping, to be prepared for any kind of whatever you're prepping for, whether it be natural disasters or EMP or whatever. So taking a break, yes.
oh,
Yeah.
there's 100% burnout.
Yeah.
We've done it before. You get burned out, and it's like, okay, we're not watching news. When we go to the grocery store, we're not going to buy. Ooh, look, specials. No, don't buy bulk buys.
Remember when we first got started? Oh my lord! I think that because Ingles over here was my go-to place because they had when they had a deal, and I would pretty much buy them out, on deals on chicken or whatever. I would buy them out. I'd bring it home and can it.
Oh, it was not uncommon for her to look at me going, "We didn't get a cart, but go get a cart."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're doing that now.
Yeah, but the deals were so good that I couldn't pass it up. Like one time, now this was several years back. I bought. They had. I think it was Cornish game hens on sale.
Oh yeah.
And they were like regular price. I think they were like $5, and they had them on sale for like $1.90 something per bird. And I bought all of them. And now they are regular price around. They're up there like $7-8 per bird. And if they put them on sale, it's like $1 off. The deals are not as good as they used to be, and I think that's why. I think they caught on to me because I would buy them out.
Well, and also too, we've done that recently, very recently. Just after Thanksgiving is when they put turkeys on sale. Well, lo and behold, a couple months ago, they had them on sale, and I think we picked up two of them for like $8 or $9 for a whole turkey. Absolutely. If you got room in your freezer, go ahead. That's not a big deal. You put it in there.
Because there's so much more you can do with it besides cook, roast it or whatever. I mean, you can take the bones and make broth and all kinds of stuff.
Right. But, so here's the thing. Is it relevant in 2026? To us, it still is. There's some statistics that I was reading up on, and I actually, let me grab my device. I'd done some screenshots, and I was doing a little bit of research on it, and they had said that, let's see here, there is an estimated 20 plus million Americans, roughly 9% of adults, now engage in some form of self-reliant preparation, including stockpiling, building community resilience, and creating and investing in emergency plans. That's a pretty good number. I mean, it's only 9% of, it says 9% of adults, but, 20 plus million, that does mean that there are other people out there thinking the same as you know. But, so here's the thing, you know, prepping is still very much alive. Some of the mainstream shift, prepping is no longer just for extremist survivalists. It includes
Sunburn.
wow, suburban families preparing for power outages, storms, and supply chain disruptions, like the 2.2 million square foot warehouse of toilet paper that just burned
Oh
up
yeah, where was that?
somewhere. Either way, you know, um, that was that's a lot of material that was in there to fall for an arsonist.
Well, it was like $500 million worth of damage.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the whole thing was just.
So not only is prepping not limited to the extremists nowadays, there's a diverse demographics. The community has grown younger and more diverse, with many millennials and women engaging in preparedness.
That's good.
The shifting focus, and I'm reading these cliff notes right here real quick. While some focus on gear and bunkers, much of the trend now focuses on all hazards preparedness instead of, a certain zombie apocalypse or EMP, being ready for local and realistic disasters. So, social prepping, there is an increased focus on building community networks and community-based resilience rather than only individual hoarding.
I don't like that word, hoarding.
Well, no, but it's
Some people, hoarding is like when you collect too many magazines or something,
well, it depends.
or
During
old books or something.
the great toilet paper shortage, when you see someone with 3 shopping carts of toilet paper,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Um,
hoarding.
Common prepping activities today: maintaining a 30-day supply of food and water, creating a go bag or bug out bag for quick evacuation, stockpiling essential medications and first aid supplies, investing in solar generators and personal defense. So, one of the big thing is, so talking about solar, I actually have in here, let me get this thing around. This is my Jackery 300 Plus. This guy is not that big, compared to the cell phone, and I'm sitting here holding it in one hand.
What's the price range of something like that?
So occasionally they go on sale, and you can pick these things up for about $200.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible at all.
Now,
So
what will it run? It's definitely not a household generator.
no. So this is something like we use when we go camping. It's got a single 110 outlet, and that's something that you could charge a radio off of. If you only had a wall block for your phone to charge on, type deal or something, it's for smaller items. You couldn't run coffee pots and coffee makers and other things off of that. And then it has one USB A and 2 USB Cs. Now the USB C, it says one is 15 watt max, the other one's 100 watt max. Now the cool part about this is it can charge through a USB C. So that's one thing that Jackery has improved on, but it also has the 110 for a wall outlet. But the USB C, they have an adapter that goes to the solar panel. So solar power is something I think everyone needs to get into. I've been a little. It does have a 12-volt plug on it too, so cigarette lighter plug-in. Get into the solar game. So me and Bob went camping for 5 days, and we were solely running off of solar energy the entire time I was out there. On my trailer, I've got 400 watts of solar on top of that. Then I've got another 110 watt a folding panel. I need to get one more. I need to get something like a 250, another solar panel. But I had that in my EcoFlow Delta 2. We was able to run those. Me running all my stuff, and then Bob has got two of these Jackeries, and one of the larger Jackery. I think it's a 500 or even 1,000. Either way, we was able to run those, cost it for that 5 days, without running power. Now he was able to run his 12-volt refrigerator with that also, and we would charge with solar. Now the 400-watt solar panels I have on the trailer are bifacial. They got a lot more sun, and they charged a lot faster than some of the portable panels we had. So we would, bring his into my trailer and top off those. But the rule was, it's the sun's shining, we're charging. So just something to keep in mind on the solar game. But
I think we rabbit holed.
well, no, it's about what you need to be. So another thing we wanted to talk about. Hold on, let me back up just a minute. Another thing we wanted to talk about was, is prepping still relevant in 2026? Yes, but also, what do you need to be investing into? What is, I want to say, important right now? And we'll touch on a few of those here in a moment. But yeah, the solar game, that is something I think everybody needs to get into. At least one of these. I mean, when we had the recent snowstorms, if the power goes out, no, you can't run heavy appliances off of this. But you can have a radio, you can charge your phone, you can kind of keep up with the news of what's going on, minor things. There's other larger generators and things like that I have, but this is just so convenient where if I'm not here, power goes out, Lisa can grab this and charge her phone off of it. So
Yeah.
the tablet or whatever. So,
But it's just as relevant as it always has been. So yeah, you get burned out. It sucks, but you still have to keep going.
It does. So here's the thing, right now, there is news, talks, conversations of a possible beef shortage coming up. I don't know when. It may be next year, but it's coming. The reason is that a lot of the farmers are saying that it is too costly to maintain cattle. And there's not a lot of benefits for them to do that. There's a lot of government agencies that want to shut them down. There's a lot of, Greenpeace stuff or green blah, 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 whatever, talking about cow farts and, everything else, that they just don't want to help the farmers. They don't want to help the beef industry. So meat's going to get expensive. It's already went up.
Beef is already expensive.
It is.
And I hate to hear that it's going back up.
So here's my thing. You've got your seed bank. You can make your own garden. You can grow your own garden. You can't grow your own beef.
Well, most people can't.
Most people can't.
I mean, there are some that can, but not everybody has a field in their backyard.
Or even the capacity. Even if they have land, they may not have the capacity to handle livestock. So
because it's not only just food and water for them. It's vet care. Because I've seen videos where they get these, if they step on something. I saw a video where this cow had stepped on a piece of metal or something, and its hoof got infected, and it was all just swollen and gross looking. And you got to pay a veterinarian to come out and take care of that, and that's not cheap.
So I think what we're going to do, because we've got a very large portion of vegetables jarred up, dehydrated, freeze dried. You know, I think one of the things we're going to focus on is meat.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that canned up. You know, some of it freeze dried, some of it canned, because there's the difference. When you can the meat, you get the beef broth, which has so many other things you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
When you freeze dry it, you don't get that. When you reconstitute it, you'll have a little bit of the juice coming from it, but it's not like a mason jar broth.
Yeah.
You know.
Canning is just it is the best way of all to go, but you know, you have to be very careful on where you know, like I've said millions of times, storage is everything. Cool, dark, and dry with the jars, and they will last you a very, very long time. But when you freeze dry, yeah, you're right, you don't get the broth that comes along with, you know, in the jar, you know, but you know, when you freeze dry properly and put those in the thick Mylar bags with O2 absorbers, and those will last you 30 years.
Right. You know, and freeze drying does preserve a lot of the properties of the food more so than dehydrating.
Well, dehydrating takes a lot of the nutrients out,
properties, yes.
whereas freeze drying it takes about 2% out, which is not a big deal. You know, with the dehydrated, yeah, it takes a lot of the nutrients out. When I say a lot, it's roughly in between 20 to 40%, depending on what it is. But it's still edible, you know, of course, you know. But you know, freeze drying and canning being number one, freeze drying being number two, best ways to go.
So, you know, I guess what we're trying to say is if you've been prepping, look through your inventory. If you've got a lot of vegetables done, you know, you've got a lot of, you know, peas, carrots, potatoes,
All kinds of stuff.
you know, stuff like that. And then you look at your protein storage. If you don't have much in protein storage, don't worry so much about the vegetables right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, focus on those meats. Because like I said, you know, you can grow a garden. Now, I know that there's other elements to growing a garden. It may take, it may not. You got to worry about other, you know, animals eating your vegetables. And
Well, and then, you know, my sister up in Washington, she has had a garden for years and years. And, you know, she's grown pretty much the same things every year. And some things do well there, and then she'll have, you know, next year that same thing, it won't do well. It just happens.
right, it happens. You know, but you've got the potential of growing a garden. You know,
yeah.
right now I can't go plant protein.
I mean, there are ways to enhance the soil in your garden. Gardens they like caffeine, so you can take your used up coffee grounds and sprinkle them around in the garden. You can clean eggshells and dry them and crush them into a powder. That's excellent calcium. Lots of different things you can do.
And before anyone comments, I know you can get protein from beans. But
Yes.
I know that. But that is not the same as having
As
a
a
piece
steak.
of beef. You know, it is way different. You put a steak in front of me or a bowl of beans, I'm going for the steak.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, I have to agree.
You know, so I understand. You can get protein from something else, but man, there's nothing like a piece of meat. So, but think about that. You know, look at what your storage. You know, what do you have? What is lacking? You know, like okay, we've got a lot of potatoes. We did a lot of potatoes when we were getting those 50-pound bags from Ingles.
Mm-hmm.
We're good on potatoes.
We're good on potatoes. But now that we're kind of in between the carnivore diet and the keto diet.
Right.
Kind of in between. I can't pick one or the other. like if I pick carnivore, I'm gonna miss my vegetables. You know, if I pick keto,
There's a cheat there,
I'm
you know.
yeah.
So we just say we're doing
I'm kind of
hybrid.
I'm in between, so we're not eating very much carbs.
Right. So that's one thing that I think that we're going to try and do. Now, what you do is on you. And I know that everyone has a different opinion on things and how you need to prep versus we need to prep. We've all got an end goal kind of in our head of what we're prepping for. You know, back in the day, there was a thing about we were prepping for an EMP because it is worst case scenario. And we had a lot of ways to cook food.
But, you know, that is still possible.
Oh, well, everything, it's all still possible. Everyone's still waiting on the zombie apocalypse. But, you know, hey.
I mean, personally, I would rather zombies because, you know,
right.
it's easier.
So, another thing to look at is that there is some other things going on in the country right now. There are places that are talking about certain gun control aspects, certain magazine capacities, and even, which is far-fetched, even talking about adding serial numbers to ammunition.
Oh, really?
They're also talking about not allowing. Now, you can do your own research. These are things I've just heard. There's nothing like, oh, this legislation, you know, HB1, blah, blah, blah.
Right now, it's just talking.
It's talk, but they're talking about the possibility of stopping all firearm parts and ammunition sales online.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
You know, so a lot of people buy things and have them mailed to you.
I mean, I don't understand why they would make that such a big deal. I mean, they're just parts, springs, and you know.
It's because you have uneducated people that discuss things about firearms that don't know anything about firearms. They think I'm just going to do a mail order machine gun.
Oh, you're talking about those people that, like that one lady that found drill bits on the ground and
At the gas station.
She thought they were bullets.
Yes. You know, so
Genius.
with that being said, you know, there are other things you need to be looking at, which are your standard capacity magazines. No, I'm not selling anything. I'm telling you, you need to buy something from someone else. Standard capacity magazines. These are not high capacity magazines. These are standard capacity magazines.
What's the difference?
Standard capacity.
How many is
your AR-15 comes with a 30 round magazine. Your Glock comes with a 17 round magazine. 10 rounds is not standard capacity. These are standard capacity. They have they're a good capacity, and you need to buy extra ones of these because yes, they can have malfunctions. You need spares, but also too, you don't want to get into 1994 when the assault weapons ban went into place, and it lasted for 10 years. That a Glock 17 magazine was $90.
Just that one little thing.
One magazine, $90. A 30 round standard capacity AR-15 magazine was between $75 and $100 a piece. You know, I think this thing's like $15.
And that was back in 94.
In 94. And it lasted for 10 years like that. You know, so look into getting a few of these extra ones. You know, I have got a kind of a rule of thumb. I want 10 magazines per firearm. You know, do I need all 10? No. I have a couple, and then I have a couple put away for a backup. Just in case. If I'm doing mag changes and one falls on the ground and miraculously cracks or breaks, which these never have, but
just in case.
whatever. whatever.
You know the truth, Dave.
Yeah. So, you need to be looking at that. Ammunition's another one. If they do decide to change this, where ordering ammunition online, that's going to be a game changer for a lot of people. You know,
Yeah, because you can get things way cheaper online.
well, you can. You know, there's a lot of places you can do too. You could
I
go
mean, depending
locally.
on where you go, where you shop at, I mean, you do get what you pay for as far as that stuff is concerned.
Correct.
You want good quality.
I was at a recent gun show, and a friend of mine was able to buy 1,000 rounds of 9 mm. I think it was 124 grain federal. I think it was $230 for 1,000 rounds.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Now, I remember a while back that it was probably closer to 300. You know, so look at some of the ammunition supplies. The prices they're not as good as they used to be. And
Well, nothing is.
we could say the same thing about gas and groceries and meat, but it's not really going to go down much further.
No.
You know, it's just like when the gas prices go up, they never go back down to where they
No.
was.
They don't. They don't.
You know, so think about it that way.
You know, and it's funny to me that let's say, just for shits and giggles, let's say gas is $1 a gallon, okay, and then all of a sudden it shoots up to $4 a gallon, and people are freaking out. Gas is so expensive. Then it goes down to like $3.25. Oh, that's a good deal. No, it isn't. That dollar was a good deal, not the $3.25.
100%. You know, so think about it in that aspect. You know, and in all honesty, you should be buying more ammo right now because you should be training. You know, the concept I've heard about people where they would buy ammunition. Well, I need more ammo to store. Okay, are you rotating the old, which I know old ammo, but I do rotate my ammo out. The same as the food. If I'm going out target practicing, I'll pick the oldest one. You know, and that's just the nature of it. I'm not saying that ammunition goes bad, but still, you should be practicing, which means you need to be replenishing that ammo. I remember I bought a whole bunch of that. Oh, it was a cheaper bimetal, blazer brass, or whatever. It was. That was the first thing I shot up. You know, here you go. Go shoot this. But just look into that. I'm not going to keep on, hammering down on this, but there are certain items that you need to pay attention to, and get them while you can, while they are
While supplies last.
right, while they're available. You know, I go back to the 22 long rifle shortage, where that was not on anyone's radar when 22 ammo was non-existent. It's like, wow, I never thought that 22s would become hard to purchase. Well, it's because they were focusing all their efforts to make other ammunition and didn't care about 22s. And then you would have other guys that would know the dude that worked at Walmart and knows when the truck shows up, and they are standing there, they buy it all up, and then they turn around and sell it at the gun shop. People from gun shops would go to Walmart and buy it, and then triple the price and sell it that way. So go ahead, make those purchases now. I know meat's high right now, but you can search around. You can find some good prices.
Or, you can go in on halves with somebody, or more people, split the price, and buy a whole cow and have them process it for you, and y'all split the cost of it and do it that way.
We're looking into that now.
Would be way, way better.
Oh, yeah. You think about how much meat you'll get out of half a cow.
Oh, man. Man.
But that's something that we've been talking about recently amongst ourselves here is, where do we need to prioritize our purchases?
Well, is it still relevant? Yes. What is relevant right now as far as our preps? We are We've used a lot of the beef, so we need to step up our game on
Because
on
it's
that
so good.
because it's so good.
We it's like beef jerky. We can't stay out of it. You know. But no, just think about that. Your water storage. You know, make sure you're checking that. Make sure you're actually opening it up and smelling it. If it smells like last year's swimming pool, you need to do something to it. You need to treat that water or even swap it out and bleach the tanks and put some new water in there.
Well, I wish I could get my sister on here because they've always used they've always caught the rain and the snow. They live in Washington. They when the snow melts, they catch that and they use that and everything. So they've got a pretty damn good setup up there.
There's some places it's illegal to capture rainwater.
Yeah, I know. Let's not go there because it'll just piss me off.
It's the same places that don't allow high capacity magazines too. I'm sorry, standard capacity magazines. So anyway, take a look at your preps. Assess what you have, and then see what you need to focus on. It's just like doing your rotation. Check it out, see what you've got. Another thing to consider is, how old is the batteries in your radios? Go ahead and buy you a couple of new ones. They do go bad. I've got what is it? An Ocean 935G or something, well, the batteries are starting to not take a charge. Now, I've had it for 5 years now, but they're not taking a charge. Well, the cool part about it is these new ones for my recommended Anytone radio has a USB-C charging on the bottom of it. So now I can charge it off of the Jackery or even off the vehicle car charger. So very cool on that. But yeah, check it out. It's the Anytone batteries. And Chat Radio is where I buy my stuff.
Yeah.
So,
What else?
so I have purposely disconnected from the news a little bit recently,
Yeah.
and I think Lisa's done the same.
I have. That right there is what I'm burnt out on.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. I hate using the word misinformation. It sounds. Ugh. It's hard.
Well,
I can't say that as
I'm
much as I
not
can say
gonna say
justice.
anything.
Justice for the whatever. So, catch the highlights. There are some things going on in the world.
I mean,
maybe
you wanna
once
be informed, but
maybe once a week. Okay, I need to catch up.
it's like they're all saying the same thing over and over and over.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just a repeat. Once a week, okay, I'm going to catch up. Like every Wednesday. Don't do it on a Monday because Mondays suck. Fridays are supposed to be your beginning of the weekend. You're supposed to forget all of that. Wednesday, do it like Wednesday where you brush up on the news and figure out what's going on. Okay, cool. Now unplug. Because it can drag you down.
Well, I think that could be considered, in my opinion, that could be considered a form of prepping is unplugging.
Oh, you need to.
Unplugging. Just turn it all off. Go somewhere, go shopping or camping or whatever. Unplug.
There's a huge benefit. It's the same thing as discharge.
Which is what I had. What it was mainly my fault. Because we weren't on the last time. I needed to unplug.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, it's part of it. It's like discharging your body. I firmly believe in this. Socks and shoes off. Go out there, stand in the grass. Watch for ants.
And crabgrass.
But stand in the grass. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. There's a whole scientific type thing. There's also whatever about it. I don't care. It makes me feel good when I do that, and that's what I do. You need to, like Lisa said, you need to unplug a little bit. Get out in the woods. Get out in nature. One of the best places we go to, there's no phone service out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually the best part about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so look into your preps, figure out what you've got going on, see where you need to adjust your focus. You know, is your backup power lacking? You know, we are getting into storm season here with tornado season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you need to, look into that. But, what are you lacking? Have you got something that's, it works, but it's not the best? Well, fine, go ahead and buy that. You know, splurge on some of the good stuff. And then you may have to save up for something. Or,
Well, there
You
are
know.
certain things that, and it's so true. You get what you pay for. If you buy the cheap, it's going to be cheap. If you buy the high end and more expensive, that's what it's going to be. There are certain things that you really should invest in the higher end, like knives. You know.
I was just about to say the same thing. Every knife will cut. I mean, every knife will.
Well, yeah.
But how long will it last?
Yeah.
So no, she's exactly. I was about to use that as an example, and that's funny.
Excuse me. Pardon.
So, on our Facebook page, if you've got something that you think that we have forgotten, throw a comment in there. Let us know. Also, too, think if you've got anything you would like for us to discuss,
Yeah, give us some ideas.
shoot us either something on Facebook. Just drop a comment on our recent post. We've got our email address right here at the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and email us, what you would like for us to talk about, or whatever. We're here to talk to you and inform you on what we think you need. But
You're not the boss of everybody.
no, I'm not. I'm not. But we've been doing it for a little while. We know what works and what doesn't.
Well, with our experience. I mean,
With our experiences, I'm not saying we're an
There-
expert, but
no. I will never consider myself an expert. There are lots of other preppers out there with YouTube channels that look way better than ours. But we try.
well, we do this because we love it.
We do. We're just sharing what we know.
We're not getting paid to do this. We're doing this out of just our love of sharing information. We just want people to be ready in case, you need something. That's what it really boils down to. But, stay focused. Sure, take a break. But also too, in that break, it's really simple for you to go, all right, I haven't looked into XYZ. I'm not going to look at food. I'm not going to think about, you need that. Damn it, I want a new knife. Or I want a new concealed carry bag. Cool. Go for that.
What is that one that you were showing me earlier?
It is
Because
the Savior.
well, I'm asking because I want to show it. I want to put the website up because I think that it is an excellent bag. Because when you show it to me, I was very interested in it.
And that is Savior.
Wait a minute. Savior.
And it's called their Obscura bag. You can just do CCW bag. And that Obscura, if anyone's listening, is OBSCURA, Obscura sling bag.
All right. CCW backpacks by Vertex.
No. Savior CCW.
Well, why didn't you just tell me that? Hush, Dave. All right, Savior CCW.
And I'm over here looking it up like you can see my screen.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Was it on Amazon?
Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon and a couple other different places too.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put it up on the screen here in a second. As soon as I can find the one you were showing me.
Oh well, it must have been.
Is it the
It must have been listening to me.
Obscura Slingbag Tactical EDC
That is it.
crossbody?
That is it.
Okay. Let me pull it up and I'll do a screen share here for everybody.
And I am actually going to drop this. Copy.
Let's see.
Paste.
Okay, here we go. All right. Can you see it on the... You're looking on your phone, Dave?
Oh no, I just dropped that in the chat for a link.
Okay, this one, I'm going to click on the different pictures. This one, the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I liked it because it looks comfortable, and I think that it would be easy for the ladies to carry. And that's the reason why I want to look at it and possibly get one, because it has all these different compartments, and you can still put all your wallet and phone and whatever in there. And then it has this compartment there for your firearm. And it's very secure, very easy to open and get to if you need to. And $105 is not a terrible, terrible price.
You can't buy tennis shoes that cheap.
Mm-mm.
And they don't.
Now, this picture that I'm showing now, it has the person wearing it on their back. I would not do that. Wear it in the front. Just my opinion.
Well, and they actually have a way for it to be more Velcroed closed and secured, where if you do sling it to the back, someone can't just grab it and rip it open.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's whether it's secure or not, that makes no difference. Just keep it in front of you.
Yeah, agreed. Also too, they have two different sizes. They have a 3-liter and a 5-liter.
Mm-hmm.
So they have
here's
two different sizes.
Bring up those specs on the screen.
The 3-liter, it says that it is like a 2.25-inch grip for like a smaller or mid-size handgun. The 5-liter is like for a full size, maybe a Glock 19.
Okay, now my question is, I noticed that let's see, it has the plastic holster inside, right?
That is separate.
That's separate.
It has a strap inside it that you could secure your own holster to it to accommodate whatever pistol you have.
Okay, because my question was, do they make separate holsters for different types of handguns?
So that's the cool part about it is it actually accepts any more or less inside the waistband holster, like appendix carry holsters in there, to where if you wanted to, you could carry that in the holster right there. And then you could take it out of the bag, and if the opportunity arises, you can put it in your pants and be able to wear it like that. So, but you can put your own holster. You put your own holster in there. It does not come with a holster.
Okay. All right. So that is on Amazon, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm going to just leave it up there.
And let's see here. They are same price on their website.
But if you have Amazon Prime, most things are free shipping, so.
And easier to return.
And much easier to return, yes.
And
when you return them, you don't have to pay the postage, right?
No.
Yeah,
So the other one I was looking at for Lisa
Are we done with this one?
Yeah, we're done with that one. And
All right, let me get rid of that. Wait a minute. Okay, we're back.
let's see here. The other one I was looking at is a company called Vertex. It's VERTX. And it is going to be,
VERTX.com.
you know, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
And
All right.
we're going to go to,
What about? I'm on the website. What am I looking for?
all right, you're going to, at the top of the page, it says everyday carry.
No.
Oh, sorry. Bags.
Um,
My computer's running a little slow right now.
no. Oh, bags. Here it is. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then EDC.
No, it actually went to close when
Come on, Dave.
it's not working in
Tactical.
I'm trying to find it. It's a sling bag that they have.
Okay. Then go up to the search.
My internet workings here is not in
Mine's
my favor.
working fine.
Oh, no, I think it's more me.
Oh, it's operator
Yes, it is operator.
error.
Oh, there it is. I didn't see the. I didn't hold it over the bag section for it to pop up like that.
Do I go to EDC?
Yeah, it's still not pulling up. So,
Well, it's on mine.
oh, bestsellers, sling bag. There's a gamut.
Well, I need to get to the right one so I can.
Okay. For some reason, that is not popping up. Let's do. Now, this was not. So I didn't have this planned. That's the reason why I didn't have it already pulled up. So bear with me for 1 second. I know this is kind of unprofessional to look at this, but
Well, from the looks of these, I like the other one that I was looking at.
it is, and
No, these are backpacks. I don't want a backpack.
oh,
Anyway,
sorry, it is a wrong company.
that's the wrong company.
It's Eberly Stock.
Okay.
That's all right. So Eberly Stock has got one that is called
What is it called? Eberly?
EBERLESTOCK,
Oh.
called the Fade Flex bag.
Eberly stock. Okay.
Yep.
Where am I looking? Packs? Or chest packs?
I'm going there too.
Or EDC?
EDC. Let's do that and see what pops up. EDC shop now. Boom, boom, boom. And then you'll see where they have right there the Fade Sling Bag for $119.
Mm-hmm.
Similar concept.
Is that the one we're looking at?
Yep.
Okay.
That's going to be. That is what you're looking for.
No, that's not what I've got on my screen.
Yep.
That's not what I have.
So.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Anyway, so the reviews I've seen,
All right, let me
and I
pull
don't
this
know
one
how it is for everyone, but a couple of the reviews I've seen, they have had some stitching coming loose on some of the straps, but I've never had anything like that happen with the Savior bags. So this is not an endorsement. This is not a review. I have never laid hands on it. It's just things that I have seen on the interweb.
I want the pictures, not the comments. It won't scroll. Okay, there we go.
So just something to keep in mind. There it is. It's a little bit bigger, you know.
Oh yeah, I can see it's got a. What is that?
And that's a little PDW type thing. You know,
Well, that's definitely bigger than a pistol.
it is, you know, and even with that, you can 244 reviews, and for the price of this bag, it feels very cheap. Features are good. However, when the zippers break or the thin material rips, I will regret having paid full price. I've
Yeah.
already worn out the bottom, and I've only had it for a few months. So just something to look into. This was one of the first options I was looking at, you know, but I've laid hands on both of them. I would tell you the Savior feels better built, made better, made well. It's gooder.
It's gooder.
It's gooder.
That's what they said.
No,
Oh,
that's what I
you
said.
said that. Well, I should have known.
So just something that I've actually laid hands on, you know. So
I like the look of that other one better anyway.
it is, and it had a better pocket layout because I like the little slots on the front for your wallet and what have you. So anyway, we're going to look into getting that, and what we may do is do a little review of that on here, and we'll figure out how to get the cameras all set up and do all that
A review.
on the your new CCW bag that we'll be purchasing.
Oh, we're gonna do a review on that.
Yeah, well, you know, so here it is. What we'll do is we'll buy it, and you'll carry it for, you know, I can't. I'd have to say at least a month before you can have an honest opinion on it.
Yeah.
You know, a 2-day carry is, well, no, you have a real opinion. You know. So we'll do that, and it may be something a little odd where we'll try to place the cameras right, and we'll do what have you instead of trying to hold it up and do all this, and we'll mess with that. But I think that would be kind of cool.
We'll just film a video and then just post it. You know, it doesn't have to be live.
Well, that we can do too.
Yeah. That way I can do editing.
Perfect. So that'll be the first of many reviews. I've got a couple of lights and some other things like that that I was going to do reviews on already, but you know, life and work gets in the way of play,
Yes, it does.
and that's the part that just, you know, So stick around and hang out with us on our next ones, and we'll see what type of reviews. Pay attention to our Facebook page. We'll be posting that review on there. Like I said, it's going to be a month, so you know, don't message us in a week going, "Hey, where's the review?" Well, no, we're not done with the review yet. So make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help out when we've got on the YouTube algorithm, where if you're searching our channel, it'll pop up. You'll also get notifications if we go live or post a video. Hey, like the review on the sling bag. You know,
Yes.
we'll post it here and then go from there. So,
I
but
can't wait to get the phone thing hooked up. That way we can have.
well, again, life and work has got in the way of a lot of things.
Yes, it has.
I just finished a long stint out of town, and I am anxious to be back in town for a little while. And that means we could possibly get some other tech going and some other things. So,
I'm looking so forward to it.
yeah, and like I said, I keep saying stay tuned. We do have things in the work.
Well, I mean,
I can build
we're,
things.
we're not one of these great big YouTube channels that has lots of money and can do things in a snap and.
No, it's just the two of us. That's it.
It's just us and.
I mean, I can build things and I can buy things, but I can't build or buy time.
Exactly.
Just all there is to it. I still cannot buy that DeLorean.
That's a sad thing.
So, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Some of it was a ramble. Some of it, I think, was informative. And just remember, you know, only you can buy you things.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for everybody in the chat giving your comments and everything. We certainly do appreciate that. And we are going to wrap this up. And remember, always invest in precious metals, brass and lead. Good night, everybody. Thank you so very much.
Good night, everyone, and we will see you soon.